Hello friends, welcome back to this channel. Chintamani here. So last time we had covered syntax error and exceptions. Actually syntax error is a subset of exception itself. We looked at value error and few other errors like IO error, etc. Today we'll look at raise statement. Okay. So the raise statement is usually used to raise exceptions. So we'll look at some examples here. Let me clear the screen. I kept some of the code ready so that it is helpful while doing this. So let me display that first. So raise.py. Okay, here we are looking at an example as mentioned here. Write a code to accept two numbers, the second line here, two numbers, and display the quotient. Appropriate exception should be raised if the user enters second number as 0, which means denominator as 0, which is an exception. So let's try and understand this code. This code I had also covered earlier when we were discussing about zero division error, but let's try to recap here. So I am accepting a numerator and saving it in a variable called numerator. It will convert everything into float. Similarly the denominator. So here this code is quite simple. It says if denominator equal to 0, which means it is checking for equality. If denominator is entered as 0 by the user, in this case we ourselves will run it. So if I enter as 0, then it will raise an exception, which is here zero division error, and it will display denominator cannot be 0. If it is not 0, then it will do numerator divide by denominator, and whatever is the quotient, it will show the quotient here. Okay, so let's try to run this. So I'll run it like this. This is floating point, so obviously the quotient will be in decimal wherever required. Okay, so let's go here and run this. So I am putting 9 and say 3, so it says 3.0. I'll run it again. This time I'll put 9 and I'll put 0. So denominator is 0. So obviously what we are saying here, we are raising an exception here on this line which I have marked, and it will display error denominator cannot be 0. So if you see here this particular line here, it says denominator cannot be 0. Okay, but still what is happening is it is still giving me a trace back error. If you see here trace back, most recent call, last, file name, and all those things it is displaying. It should not display. It should be a clean sort of output or clean sort of error or whatever it is, right? So let's look at an example. Another example. Here I have made a small change. What is that small change? I have added a try except block. We have learned this, what is a try and except. So I have entered a try except block here. So if denominator is 0, okay, then it will enter this particular block which I have marked. So try, and then raise exception, error denominator cannot be 0, and an exception, okay, and that exception will say E. So what it means is whatever exception is captured, it will display that, right? So we have raised this exception, so it will print this one. So please can add any comments in this video in case you need some more explanation, but I will execute this right now. So I'll say 9, I'll directly say 0 here. So here says denominator cannot be 0. Earlier if you remember, it was doing the same thing. It was giving an error, but it was also giving you the trace back. So here it is not giving the trace back. Why? Because I added a try except, and I am putting this except as exception, and it is printing only the thing which I have defined here in this particular bracket, error denominator cannot be 0, right? But still what will happen if, let me try to do like this, let me try to do 9 and then A. Okay, sorry. So instead of a number here for denominator, what I did, I just typed A, and A is not a number, so obviously it gave a value error. So what it is saying, could not convert a string to float. Okay, so if we look at the program again, it's saying float here. Okay, so this should be float, but I have entered A. So A itself, it's not an integer, it's not a float, whatever. So it's a character. If I would have entered AB, then it is a string, and so on. So what happens here is I get a value error because it's not a floating point number. If it would have been an integer, it would have converted it to float. Okay. So to handle such scenarios, what we can do is, let me try to display this. What I will do is I will start the code itself with try and except. So initially itself, what I will do is, the first two lines are same in the try block, numerator is equal to and denominator is equal to, but here itself I will say except value error. So which means it will capture if valid number is not entered, then what it will do, it will say please enter valid numbers, and the important part here is exit. So it should not proceed. If the numbers are not entered, if the value is not correct, then it should exit. But if the value are correct, then it should proceed, and it will go into the if statement. Again, inside the if, it will go into the try block to check whether it is 0 or not 0. If it is not 0, okay, then it will go to the else part of it, the one which I have marked. If it is 0, then it will remain this. Again, for 0, obviously it cannot be a division by 0, so it will go to the try except block. So there are two try except block here. This is the one which is at the top to capture value error, and one try except block which is capturing the exception. I'll execute this now. So I'll say Python raise3.py numerator. So I put it as 9. I put it as A. If you see here, it says please enter valid number. Earlier, in the earlier example, when I was giving A, it was trying to convert A into floating point number, and it was giving an error. Let me try to scroll up. Okay, what was happening is it was giving a value error, could not convert string to float. But now, since I have added another block here at the top itself, what it is doing? It is doing error, please enter valid number. So here, if you see here very clearly, it says valid number, and it is exiting, because if you don't enter a valid number, it has to exit. Okay, I can make it more complicated by putting it into a loop. Again, it will ask for numerator, denominator, and so on. But right now we have not learned what are loops and how to iterate through if there are any errors, etc. So we looked at 3 examples here. Raise1.py, one of the earlier programs which I showed you. So let's recap quickly. I'll say raise1.py. So here I am just checking with an if condition and raising it. It is giving trace back. Once again, if I go to the next example, what is happening is it is suppressing the trace back error with this particular block. And the next example, which is the last example here, what it is doing, it in the initial stage itself, it is trying to block us if we are not entering any integer or float point, and then proceeding for checking 0 and so on, right? I hope this video was helpful. Keep watching my videos, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.